Are we low gain, medium gain? Do we want medium gain? Medium gain. Okay. Okay, hello fellow YouTube video makers. This is something that bothered me for a long time, is that the sound on my cheap little digital camera is terrible. It makes this funny buzzing noise from the camera. This camera you can zoom while you're making the video, but of course the zoom makes a sound on the video. It's ridiculous. So what I did was I bought myself another microphone, which is called the Zoom H2. And this is just a portable microphone that records surround sound onto an SD card. It's like another $120. So between this microphone, which is actually quite good, and this camera, which has pretty good video, I have a pretty good combination, and I don't have a camera on top of a video camera. Okay, so enter Garageband. When you import video into Garageband, it separates the soundtrack from that video, and then it lets you add new tracks, and you can compare the waveform of those tracks, just like I said I wanted to, and line them up. You can delete the original track, and then you can just export it to file, and the default option is just not to change anything in the sound or anything in the video file. And so not only does it not mess it up, it actually exports it pretty fast. So you can go through 10 clips for that you might have for a short video in a pretty short amount of time. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So I'm going to go to GarageBand. When you start a new project, one of the options, I think at the bottom here, is Movie. So I'm going to choose that. And I am going to put that into here. So I'm going to combine the intro with the sound from the H2. This music tempo stuff doesn't matter because I'm not adding any music to it. And GarageBand should open in a second. Great. So this is what I have in front of me, and there's a place there to drag my movie track to. So the movie track I'm going to drag. I'm going to do this. I actually did that in 3 takes. Okay, so it's importing the movie. It's pretty quick. Okay, great. So the movie's been imported, and you can see the movie soundtrack has been separated from the movie itself. And I'm going to bring in the sound that I got from the H2 microphone. File number 5. Okay, so at the beginning I just told myself what file number it was from the H2. It just helps me do this. Okay, so I'm going to hopefully bring in the right file here. And I'm just going to mute the movie sound and bring myself to where I think the beginning of the sound is in here. Okay. File number 5. I see. And if I play that on here, file number movie track, I can get that same thing. So I'm just going to move the this audio track back, and I can put the cursor where it says, where I say file, and that's where I want to bring my my soundtrack back to. So I'm just going to delete the first bit of the soundtrack and pull it back so that they'll say file at the same time. File number 5. Okay. File number 5. Okay, great. And so since the level on my H2 microphone was a little bit low, I am going to change the track volume. And so I can just lift this up on this end, and I think that, yeah, that increases it for the whole thing. So just bring up the preview and I can see my lips moving. Hopefully. This is something that bothered me for a long time, is that the sound on my cheap little... Perfect. So I'm just going to delete the movie sound. Okay, so now I've got only the sound. Of course, deleting the movie sound is optional, right? I don't have to. I can just have more than one track. And I'm just going to go to the end of the film here and delete in this. Oops, I don't want to move it. So if you do anything bad, press undo. Oh, crap. Okay, what's going on here? I'm going to click this first. Okay, so I just want to select the end of the clip here and remove it. Great. You can import new tracks, and you. Okay, so that part is done. I want to go export movie to disk. That's under share. I'm just going to put video setting full quality, and here it says it'll use the original video resolution. Nothing changes. But who cares? And we're going to call it combined with sound from H2, and I will. So here's the old video. You want to see the waveform from this guy, and you want to see the waveform from the sound on this guy. Using it right now. The waveform from this guy, and you want to see the waveform from the sound is much fuller, much warmer. Okay, so that's how to do it. And now all I have to do is I can just continue doing that. I press Apple delete, and that gets rid of that movie track, and I can press Apple delete, that gets rid of that soundtrack. And I hope I can just drag a new movie track into here. Yeah.